What's shaking, my friends? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shay, and today we are going to do some 5-star predictions. So I am a very, very picky reader, and I don't give out 5 stars often. So there's that. But let's go back to when I first started reading again. I told myself I will buy 5 books, and then when I read those 5 books, I can then buy 5 more. And so that's how I started my reading journey. And then I found this thing called BookTube. And I just started buying any book that I heard about. And so pretty soon after that, my shelves were very, very full. Now, as time has gone by, I have weeded out the books that I'm not interested in anymore. And I have kind of stopped buying books. I will generally now read first through the library, and then if I like the book, I will purchase it. I really want these shelves back here to just be filled with books that I love, and that kind of define me as a person. So if somebody were to look at my bookshelves, they know that every single book on there I adored, I loved, and it just kind of matches me. So I've picked these 5 books off my shelves that I think will get 5 stars. Now listen here, I did not pick a whole bunch of chunkers, because if I pick a whole bunch of chunkers off of these shelves, and I say I'm going to read them for 5-star predictions, I will clam up and I will not read them, and we will not have a 5-star prediction wrap up. So I've chosen these 5 books. I don't know what some of them are about, but we're going to see. The first one is going to be The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. I don't know why I think this is going to be 5 stars. First of all, I think every single cover of this book is absolutely gorgeous. So this is a duology, and this basically follows our main character. She lives in a world where the king or prince or whatever takes a new wife every night, ends up killing her, and then she decides she's had enough of it. She's going to volunteer as tribute to be his wife, and she is not going to let herself get killed. So that intrigues me. I'm ready to read it, and I will be reading this as my first 5-star prediction. The next book that I have for 5-star prediction, if you've been on my channel for quite some time, you have known that this book has been on my TBR for quite some time, and this is going to be The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. I don't know a lot about this book. It follows our main character who has been captured and placed in a death prison, and then the rebel queen also gets captured and placed in this death prison, and then she gets a letter from her family that says, keep the rebel queen alive. They are on their way to rescue them. And so the problem is there's some kind of poison thing going on, and there's some trials that the rebel queen has to take part in, and most people die in these trials, and so she volunteers to take her place in the trials, I believe. No one has ever survived is what it says. So that intrigues me. I am ready to read it. Another book that has been on my TBR before, not a shocker, and that's going to be The Ninth Reign by Jen Williams. I did get gifted that book, so the gift tag is still in here, and I'm not quite sure what this is about. Of course, there has been so much hype on this book, and I will just read the back of it. It says, the city of Abora once glittered with gold. Now its streets are stalked by wolves. Tourmaline and Oathless has no taste for waiting to die, while the realm of his ancestors falls to pieces. Talk about a guilt trip. When eccentric explorer Lady Vincenza Vintage de Grazon, hey, offers him employment, he sees a way out. Even when they are joined by a fugitive witch with a tendency to set things on fire, the prospect of facing down monsters and retrieving artifacts is preferable to the abomination left behind. But not everyone is willing to let the empire collapse, and the adventurers are soon drawn into a tangled conspiracy of magic and war. So that sounds intriguing, interesting to me. I like this cover. I like the bird. We're going to go with this. The next one is a very popular book here on YouTube and everywhere else, and that's Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. And I don't know much about this book either. It is probably the lengthiest novel here on here, and basically this follows our main character, who is a soul survivor on a mission, except he cannot remember what that mission is, so he wakes up years after, I think, that his crewmates are dead, and he is trying to figure out what his mission was, but it was to save the planet, some kind of planet saving mission, and he's got to find out what that is. And it sounds fantastic, and I have not read another Andy Weir before, so this is my first one, and I'm ready to dive in. And the last one on my 5-star predictions that I do not also know much about is going to be A Memory Called Empire by Arkady Martine. I picked this up actually before I had heard about it on BookTube. I actually read reviews on this on Goodreads first. I decided to buy it on a whim, and so I'm not sure what this one is about either. It says, Ambassador Mahit Dismayer is far from home. Her predecessor has been murdered. Her one connection to home has gone silent. So this is a sci-fi. I'm excited. I'm ready to read it, and I am hoping that this will encourage me to read these books off my shelves so I can get every single unread book read off of these shelves behind me, and so I can make room for more glorious books. Alright guys, that's it, and I will catch you later, and I hope your reading is going well this month.